Good evening to everyone. My name is Thakur Anjali Singh. My roll number is 101. I am studying in Civil IDP branch in Civil Engineering Department. Now I am going to present you a briefly concept that is electrical installation, in which we will go through the components of LT switchgear, which also include SFU, MCB, MCCB. Further, we are going to learn the full forms of SFU, MCB, and MCCB. Let's first of all, what is switchgear? Now let's see the definition of the switchgear. Switchgear, switch and gear. It is an apparatus used for controlling, regulating, and switching on and off the electrical circuits. Components in the electrical power system is known as switchgear. For example, fuses, transformer, isolator, and even the switchboard is also a kind of switchgear which we used in a household, etc. Here you can see the images, few examples of the switchgears. Here you can see the power plantation in big application like offices. Also, we have a main switch like controlling system there. Now, the essential features of a switchgear. Now, quick operation. First point is quick operation. Quick operation means in houses also, when we want to operate a switch, I mean to operate a bulb or fan, AC, cooler, we use a common point. Now let's see what is the classification of switchgear and what basis the switchgear is classified. Here you can see that switchgear classified on the basis of voltage levels, like whether it is low level, medium level, or high level. Now let's see the further low stage switchgear examples are circuit breaker, switchboards, and it also includes HRC fuses, MCB, MCCB, etc., which are used in homes, schools, office buildings, etc. Now see the medium voltage switchgear. Medium voltage switchgear comes under like a bulk oil circuit breaker, sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker like SF6, we call it shortly SF6, vacuum circuit breaker, which is, means these voltage switchgears, which is medium voltage. It is used in a center, data centers, hospitals, airports, shopping complexes, and moreover in mining, right? Here whether you can see mining. Next is high voltage switchgear. High voltage switchgear is comes under like KVN removal AC metal clad switchgear, XGN fixed AC metal enclosed switchgear, which is used in big purposes like electrical power plants, transmission lines, and other utility circuits. Next, what we know that assembly is nothing but the it's like a main point or a junction point. Assembly point has a two components in switchgear, which is power conducting components and control system components. In power conducting components, what we see such as the switches, circuit breaker, fuses, and lightning arresters that conduct or interrupt the flow of electric power. Like in switch, when we off the switch, it means that electrical flow is cut, means went off. We are switching off. Okay. When we on the light, it means that electrical flow is going, means it took place. Next, what control system component such as control panels, current transformers, protecting relays, and associated circuitry. The controls the protection. Control system components such as control panels, current transformers, protective relays, and associated circuitry control and protect the power conducting components. Here you can see the picture clearly, right? Next, let's go to the SFU, MCB, and MCCB. First, SFU, which means switch fuse unit. It is a combination of a switch and a fuse that protects electrical circuit and equipment from overcurrent. It is used in a low and medium voltage electrical system. Okay. Miniature circuit breaker, which is also shortly called as MCB. It is a small trip switch operated by an overload and used to protect an electrical circuit. A domestic circuit is as an alternate to a fuse. Okay. Next, molded case circuit breaker, which is shortly called MCCB. MCCB. Let's say the definition. It is a safety device used to protect an electrical circuit from overload or short circuits. In house also, when we see a main switch in olden days, they were used to fix a fuse, which is which used to short circuit. I mean, turn off the whole circuit in the home if there is any short circuits. In modern days, nowadays they are using MCCB. Why? Because it automatically cut offs. Look here, it works by automatically cutting off the power supply when fault or over situation arises, thus preventing damage to electrical system can be minimized. Now let's see the working principles of these three, that is SFU, MCB and MCCB. Here the working principle of SFU is, the SFU contains a switch and a fuse, as we see earlier topic in earlier slide, that SFU is a apparatus which consists of switch and a fuse. When there is too much electricity, the fuse melts. Yeah, obviously the breaking the circuit. This protects the electrical devices and wiring from damage. Okay, now the working principle of MCB. Working principle of MCB: overload. When there's an overload, the bimetallic strip heats up. Now, short circuit. When there's a short circuit, the solenoid coil produces a magnetic field. Next is tripping. The bimetallic strip bends on the solenoid coil trip, the latch, separating the contacts. Next, what? Resetting. To restore current flow, you need to manually reset the MCB. Okay. Next, the working principle of MCCB. Sorry, my mistake. MCCB. Okay, when there's a short circuit or overcurrent, the MCCB detects the fault. The MCCB interrupts the flow of current. Next, the MCCB generates an electrical current through the gap between the two terminals. This electrical current keeps the gap open even after the breaker has cut off the power. Okay. Next, let's see the advantages and disadvantages. Advantages and disadvantages of SFU first. Let's see the advantages. Scalable. SFU is more scalable than P2P. Efficient. SFU is more efficient than P2P during upload, less demanding on server resources. SFU is less demanding on server resources than other video conferencing architectures. SFU can provide transcoding capabilities. Next, what the disadvantages? Latency. SFU has less latency due to single node architecture. Scalability. SFU cannot scale to extreme high numbers of participants. Cost effectiveness is, it's like depend on where you run the SFU. Okay. Next, advantages and disadvantages of MCB. Reusability, like unlike fuses, MCBs can be reset and reused, reducing waste and replacement costs. Ease of operation, that MCBs has a single toggle or push button mechanism or tripping and resetting, making them easy to operate. Okay. Enhanced safety, better protection. Next, what are the disadvantages? Higher cost, current limitations, the potential for unnecessary tripling. Okay. Next, advantages and disadvantages of MCCB. What are the advantages in MCCB? Enhanced protection, reliability, easy of installation, adjustability. Like MCCBs often offer adjustable trip setting, allowing for precise control over circuit protection. Okay. Next, what are the disadvantages? Disadvantages like cost, okay, like cost, limited switch, short circuit, buckliness in high current ratings. Like MCCV for high current ratings can be bulky, which can be a disadvantages in space constrained applications. Like for again, what is the disadvantage? Maintenance problem. Like MCCB requires a periodically maintenance and inspection to ensure the are functioning correctly or not. Okay, thank you. I I hope you have learned something from my presentation. Thank you.